All right, I think we're rolling. Let's make sure everything's set up. Let me know if you can't hear me. I think we're looking good though. Let me double check a few things and we'll jump right into it. All right, I think we're good there. We got that there, nice. Awesome, all right. Perfect. All right. There we go. All right, again, let me know if you can't hear me or if things get blurry or laggy, but I think we are looking good overall. All right. So what we're gonna do is continue working on what we had last time. I think we were working on the cards page. We were kind of getting through a couple of the different internal pages we have. So if I remember, we have the custom cards page, which is going to be our most complicated one. Yep. But I'm pretty sure if we go ahead and jump into it, I wish it wouldn't get so crazy looking, huh? Pretty sure we have a pretty good screen for this so far. We have our title, we have search title, we have 100 of these. Okay. So what we should do though, before we jump into actually editing this though, is I think we're going to do the groupings because we didn't do that last time. The groupings is going to make it so we basically can group our cards together. Now, I don't know if that is a tedious thing to add. I think that's kind of like the last annoying little thing we're going to add to this. So we probably are going to need an in-between page because currently we have like this page here that has the ability to select certain cards and stuff. Let me zoom in a little better. So yeah, we're gonna have this page here, okay? So we wanna go into our cards to edit. What's up, aliens? How you doing? So basically, in our cards page, we're gonna have, of course, our selected sets. So the current ones we have selected are custom cards. So basically, so we can group our cards together. So right now, we kind of just have the ability to search through every single one of our cards here and then set them or not set them. But what we probably should do also is have a grouping of them as well. So basically, if we want to have a grouping for like math cards or history cards or something like, you know, a little bit more in a set, if that makes sense. So we can group them in there. So we have like our sets here, but then we need our groups for the sets. So we're gonna have to kind of adjust this, or we're just gonna duplicate this and make a set for it, if that makes sense. So we're just gonna duplicate this, and like I said, custom cards. So we'll have like cards, and then we'll have sets. So it's still gonna be technically in the custom cards section here, but we're basically gonna have the ability to select whether or not we wanna select just base cards out of all of our cards, or if we wanna select the groupings of them, if that makes sense. So like if people want to have multiple card sets within a grouping, that's how it'll work. Are you wanting to auto group or just allow people to create a group? Yeah, I want to do that. We're going to make them basically have the ability to create groups and add specific card sets into groups, if that makes sense. Because I was talking to somebody about it and it kind of seems like a better idea to do it that way. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and do that. Luckily, I think we'll just make it work the same way. Because, again, we already have, like, a way to navigate stuff. Why did it disappear? We already have a way for it to navigate stuff. So we're just going to basically just duplicate that page and make, like, another page where you select whether you want to look through groups or if you want to look through sets, I think. Now, yeah, there's a couple ways we can do that, but I think that's not a bad way. My only worry is that it looks like it's really good for cards right now. We didn't really think about how the UI should look for the sets. Also, what is happening here? I think it's because we have both of these activated. There we go. So we need a way basically to group our cards together, which I think will look pretty cool. It kind of depends, but yeah. I think it'll be okay though. It seems hard, but I think we'll manage to find a way. Because my idea is that basically we're going to have, like I said, custom cards here, This is like custom cards, but we could just have the same thing for the grouping, if that makes sense. Like we can have up to 100 groups, and then we'll also have up to 100. My only worry with that is we need to make it look a little different, if that makes sense, for the groups, because I feel like people are going to get confused in here and start selecting their groups. Because again, we don't really want to be able to select groups. We only want to be able to select sets. So we don't need a button like this here, but my idea is we will center this up a little better. And instead of contents, like we can still search through contents technically, I guess. It's just going to be a lot of looping because there's a lot of data within these things, if that makes sense. So I guess we'll just do that, and we'll just kind of like do it a little differently. So we have custom cards, and then we'll have pre-made cards. So what we're going to do is change the names of these because that's not going to make sense anymore. So for our select page, we have custom cards button. So we're going to say, well, we could keep, we know we're in cards. That's, so custom cards, we could either do, we could have a whole new button actually. What we could do is we keep custom cards, but we could also go ahead and do one for custom groups. My only worry is that seems a little repetitive, if that makes sense. So I don't really like that too much. So, but then again, to be fair, we have like nothing in here anyway, so I'm kind of okay with that. Like we really don't have too many buttons in here. So what I think we can do actually is let's just take these two and we're just going to move them up. And then what we'll do is we're going to take this guy here, move him down. If it lets me. I wish there was a way I could just auto select that green arrow. But we're going to take our custom cards, and then we're just going to go ahead. And again, I'll make this be a little bit more like connected, if that makes sense. I think now it's a little far apart, but that's okay. We can always adjust the button stuff eventually. I'm not too stressed about that. Kind of just bullseyeing it right there. There we go. So what I think we'll do, we'll have custom cards, and then we'll also have custom sets. Well, that's the thing. Custom groups, I guess, is what we should call it, because this is selected sets. Because we can have multiple card sets. Cards, custom cards, pre-made cards. Custom sets. Okay, so this one's the one we can experiment with. So we could do custom groups, I guess, if that makes more sense. We could do that. That might make the most sense. Custom groups. If we do custom groups, I think that's okay. I just don't like doing repeat words. I think it looks kind of silly like that. But I guess we have to say it, because my other idea is that we have a whole nother page, but that seems kind of useless. Like, why would we have just a page for custom cards and custom groups? Why don't we have like it like this, you know? But my idea would be to just be able to go through the groups in this one, if that makes sense. I guess we'll have another page where we can add them in it within the editing of the cards. That's probably the better idea for this. Okay, so we have custom groups, custom cards, selected sets. So that's going to be what we're actually using within the game itself. So like when we actually play the game, we're going to be having these here, and we're going to have at least 3 up to now. What's up, Mob? How you doing? Hope you're having a good day. So the groups is like when we group cards together, because remember, we have so many cards. I think some people are going to want to have specific groupings of their cards, if that makes sense. So we could have groups, which are going to just group cards together, because we're going to have, I said 100 cards, but honestly, we're probably going to have up to like maybe even 500 cards of data. So we could have up to 500 cards of data and then be able to group those together, if that makes sense. I think that would be okay. So yeah, we're going to have custom groups, which will just group the cards together, and we're going to have it as the same layout. I might make it a little different just because people might get confused, I think. So let's try that real quick. Let's go ahead. So So we have custom cards, custom groups. We're going to change the name of this one. Custom groups. Okay, custom groups. And we also need to make sure the button is set correctly. Always make sure you have unique buttons. Anytime you don't have unique buttons, you're going to get yourself in a pickle. Okay, then we need to make sure the signal is correct as well. I think we've been attaching all these things to this one, the card page. All right, so we have this button here for groups. Now groups is going to do its own page. We don't have that page created yet, but we're pretty much going to do the same thing that we do for sets. We're going to turn off the selected page. And I'll probably make a function to handle this a little later. Right now, I just want some quick functionality. So we're going to do that there. And like I said, I think we're just going to duplicate what we have for the custom cards page, because it's going to be pretty much the same thing. I just don't want people to get confused when searching through cards versus searching through groups, if that makes sense. So let's take our custom cards, duplicate that, change the name to custom groups. Okay, for custom groups, we're just going to make it a little bit different. We're not going to make it too similar, but just enough where the player will know exactly whether or not they're in that page, if that makes sense. So let's go ahead, let's add this here. Custom groups page. And then we'll go ahead. We're going to get rid of this there. Cards, basic word / question into description / answer. Sets holds all related cards like math, chapter 5. Groups holds all general sets like simple math. Yes. So yeah, pretty much the cards will just have, the individual cards of themselves, but then you can, like the set of cards, like we're going to have like 50 or 100 cards for sets, if that makes sense. And then the groups is going to be, you can have all those different sets in a group. So pretty much what you said. So we'll have like geometry. Geometry, you probably are going to study geometry, algebra, calculus, but you want all those in a dedicated spot. So in case you need to look over any of those cards, you can do that in that section for the groups. So just like an easier way to keep things organized. Technically, you don't need to do it that way. It's just kind of like a nice little thing I'm going to add, just because without grouping, I could definitely see that getting very annoying for like students and stuff. All right, so we have this page here, and we're going to make this active when we select the button here. So dot visible equals true. Perfect. Okay. All right, so we have that there. So let's see, when we go ahead and open that up, so we now have a button that will turn off this page, and then we'll go back to this page, okay? So this is gonna be our custom group, so we need to change a few things. I'm okay keeping the majority of the top here, and the same search is fine, because if you're trying to search through the title of your groups or the contents of your groups, that's okay. The only thing I might do is, because you can't set a group to be active, so we might change at least the layout of what the groups look like. So custom groups will be the name here. Hopefully it fits. Oh, it does not. Look at that. That's so annoying. All right, so how can we fix that? Custom groups. What we could do is move the button a tiny bit. Problem is we got to do that also with the other one. So, and honestly, we can, or we just move this over. I kind of want to keep it in the middle though. So we'll adjust that. All right, so let's go ahead and we're going to take, I guess, the default page of the back button. And luckily we did adjust it to work fine with the 9 patch. So let's just, we're going to go in. And then again, we can always adjust this later, so I'm not like too weirded out about it. It's okay. We need to make it kind of be okay like that. All right. Yeah. Perfect. Okay, so that's going to be our back button. Now we do have a different type of back button. Well, technically the back button is going to do the same thing. It's going to go back to that original one, so we don't need to set a new signal for it. So we'll keep that. It's my cat behind me. But yeah, so we'll do that there. All right, so we have back button there. Just so I don't forget though, we're gonna do that, and we're gonna adjust the button as well here. And again, it doesn't need to be perfect. I just wanna make it just like a little bit more matching the other one, which I think was like that, I'm pretty sure. And I think we went inward a tiny bit. Perfect. All right, then let's go ahead. Let's go there. Let's go there. There. And there. Perfect. Okay. So we have that there. We have that set. Nice. Okay. So we fixed that one. Let's see. Actually, we can stack it. Pretty much the same. That's fine. Okay. Cool. So now we have custom groups page. Okay. It's not too big. So custom groups. Okay. Now groups are going to have something similar. I think we're just going to do it kind of like the same thing what we had. The real change in this though is going to be the box that we spawn in. So I think it's going to be this script. If we go into this script, we're going to copy this and we're going to go back to 2D and we're going to select custom groups. What did we name this one? We named this one custom cards. That's okay. So we're just going to create a new one here. We're going to add that in the correct location, UI menu scripts. All right, perfect. And then we're going to paste that same code we had, but this time just to make it look a little bit different, because again, I don't like when we are editing and messing with things that look exactly the same, even though one is for groups and one's for cards. That's going to be kind of annoying, I'd say. So what we'll do is I'm just going to make my own new one of the search. Is it called the search page? Why did we call it search page? This should not be called search page. This is I guess it is the search page item, technically. Interesting. We should have called it cards title or something. Search page. I guess it is search page. So we could do group page, I guess. I don't know why we named it that. That's really silly. It doesn't really matter. It just looks kind of silly. Okay. So. All right, let's go ahead and duplicate this real quick. We're gonna call it group item, I guess. Again, I don't know why we called it this. So we're gonna take that, right click, duplicate it, and then we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna call this group. I guess it's an entry, technically. Group entry. Okay. And then we'll do that, okay? And I think because, like I said, this is gonna be a little bit different, what we'll do is we don't need the set thing, because remember, we're not setting these ones. These ones are just gonna be for the grouping. So we can get rid of the set ability. That's fine, I'm okay with that. But the title, I think, will be kind of cool for that, if that makes sense. So I think what we'll do for the title is we'll center that up. Sweet, so we can go ahead and center that up a bit. Nice, okay, so that'll be the group one. The group one will look a little different overall. Now, we can keep it the same thinness, but I kind of feel like that's gonna get confusing. So what we'll do is we're just gonna stretch it out just a bit. We're gonna make the group ones a little bigger, just so we know that we're messing with a group, which I think if we extend it, it gives it more emphasis on that it's not just a card set. It's gonna be more important, so we're gonna make it just a little bit bigger. Perfect. Again, we can always adjust this later, but I think that's okay for now. We could also give this the ability to have double line spacing, but I think we're just going to make it limited to the amount of words that are visible. We can make it as long as we want overall, but I think for the visibility of it, we'll keep it as is, okay? Nice. Okay, so we have that there empty, okay? We are going to have the button now match it. Perfect. It's going to be the ability to edit it by clicking it. And then we're also going to go ahead and let's see. We need to change up its script now, I think. No, this is fine for now. It's just going to make it label it. But what we could do is we'll have a specific function in there that'll name it based on what we want, like the group name or, of course, the actual card set name, if that makes sense. So we need this here. But the new thing we need to do is we need to make sure this is being spawned incorrectly. So we have group entry. Group entry. Okay, for group entry, we also need to go back to the one here. And I think it's going to be custom groups. Yes, we need to switch this to the name of it. So that one we have here, I still don't know why we called it search page. I guess because it's a search page, but that doesn't make sense to me. We probably were tired yesterday. Group entry. Cool. Okay, that's gonna spawn in there, but we also need to adjust the sizing. This was the thing that was giving us that huge headache. I think it was the layout. So that's as long as it's gonna give it space for. We need it to go longer. So we're just gonna go ahead, increase this just a bit. And again, it's kind of up to us how much space we want to give it. I'm going to do something kind of small like that. Perfect. Okay, so now, if we go back here, we should be set there. By default, we should have 100 groups, okay? So let's go ahead, start current scene. All right, perfect. This looks super big, but it does work the way we want it to, I think. I wish it would I wish it would stay what I set it to, if that makes sense, because this is silly. I have to like readjust it every time I hit play. Okay, but this is gonna be pretty much, I wish it would not do that. Why does it do that? Pop back, good, there we go. Okay, but yeah, I wish it would do that there. What's up, Maddie Serbans 697? Hi, I'm a new user working with Godot. It's been like 8 months. Is there any daily active forums that would be helpful for a new user like me? Well, I have a full entire like big Godot game development course for beginners right here on YouTube. It's like one of the biggest and newest ones. Apart from that, we have a Discord, and I think there's some forums. I think there's a Reddit that's pretty big, and there's also a Discord group, like an official one. But yeah, definitely check out my beginner course though if you're starting off. It's pretty good. It'll get you going. What's up, Supersonic? How you doing? Supersonic. Do you even know who Supersonic is? Supersonic, like the Golden Sonic. Did you ever watch the show with that? That one was pretty cool. Oof, that's not turning it off. So back button is not turning it off. And the reason that's happening is because this guy. So I think it's this one. Yeah, but welcome in. Welcome in, Mad. Yeah, my cat's just hanging out in the background. Can you guess its name, though? Supersonic, can you guess its name? I feel like it's not that hard. It's a pretty normal name, I feel like, for a cat. Custom groups page. False. You know Supersonic? Supersonic Sonic. I wonder what they... That's a girl cat. I'll give you that hint. It's a girl cat. But I wonder if Supersonic was a knockoff of like Super Saiyan from Dragon Ball, you know? Or do you think it was the other way around? I'm pretty sure Sonic wasn't that old though. Like, was Sonic from How long ago was Sonic from compared to Dragon Ball Z? I thought Dragon Ball Z was like... Wasn't Dragon Ball Z... wasn't Dragon Ball Z like from the 80s? But I'm pretty sure Sonic was also from the 80s. So I wonder, was it Super Sonic? Or was it Dragon Ball Z who had the golden lightning hair powerful thing before the other one? Also, that looks good. Look at that. See, that looks more like groups to me. Yeah, join the official Discord. The official Red Fool Studio Discord. Let's go. Heck yeah. Alright. But this looks good here. I like this because we can set the cards. Custom groups. Alright, my thing with custom groups is we're going to have to figure out how we want it to look because I don't really care about searching through the groups as much. I mostly care. Did you just look up the most generic cat names? Abby, Bambi, Bunny, Clover, Cookie, Cricket, Dolly, Ginger, Honey, Misty, Nikki, Patches, Peaches, Sugar. Who would name their cat Sugar? Sassy Bella. Sassy Bella? That's a wild name. Luna, Cleo, Daisy, Hazel, Lily, Mia, Chloe, Nala, Rosie, Sesha, Stella, Willow. None of those are right, by the way. None of those are right. You gotta keep guessing, Supersonic time. None of those are right. Patches the pirate cat. I feel like, what if you named Patches, though? If it had, like, a patch on its eye. Like, you know what I mean? Like a mark or whatever. That'd be funny. No, but, like, look how my cat looks. I think it's over there. It's a hint. The hint is how it looks. That's the hint, okay? I don't know if you can see it, but, like, the hint is how it looks. That's what the name resembles. King Arthur? It's a girl cat. I would name my girl cat King Arthur. I guess you could. That'd be wild. That's a cool name, though. Patches is a good name. Actually, I feel like if it has, like, that mark on its, like, face where it looks like it has, like, an eye patch, that'd be kind of cool. But no, the hint for what my cat's name is how it looks. Okay. That's the hint. I don't think anybody will get it. I don't think anybody will get it. What's up, Tax Ram? That's a brownie if I ever seen it. A brownie? No. No, it's not. It's not named... You're getting closer, though. You're getting closer. That's pretty close. Ah, S'mores, you got it! Supersonic Dime, you got it. It is S'mores, because she looks like s'mores. Yeah, that's her name. She's like super fluffy though. But her pattern looks like a s'mores because it's like the caramel color and then the marshmallow color, you know, and like the crispiness. She's like there's like a traditional name for that type of cat. I just don't remember the type. Like it's like the, is it called a calico? Is that what it's called? I think it's called a calico. But yeah, it's good stuff. Who is messaging me? Oh. Yeah, I think it is a cow. I think she's a calico. To be fair, she's like the fluffiest calico I've ever seen, though. TX Ram says, I knew I was close with Brownie. Assist on that one. You were close. Can you guys guess what my other cat's name is, though? I don't know where he is. He's an orange cat. Do you guys remember my orange cat's name? It's a really funny name, though. I don't think you'll get that name if you guys don't know it. I think we talked about this some other stream. But my other cat is an orange cat and has a really funny name. Alright. I don't like how this looks too much like the other ones. Penny? No. It's a boy cat. It's a boy orange cat. but it has an epic name. like a why, like the name is like not an animal's name. It's so crazy. Campfire. No. Your cat's name is Penny, or Campfire? No, your cat's name is Penny. That's a cute name though. That's from the Stardew Valley game, I think. That's the Stardew Valley girl you can marry in the game, but she makes like really bad food once you marry her, and it's really funny. Like no matter what food she makes you, I think it's always like bad. I think it still heals you, but it just tastes gross. That's funny. No, not Blaze. It's kind of close to what you're saying, I guess, technically. Technically, it's close to what you're saying, Texramp. Technically. You're getting closer. Alright, so you have custom groups. I'm not going to really worry about the groups yet. I think we need to worry about the other one first, before we worry about the groups. We probably need to worry about actually adding in cards, which is going to be this one. So, we need a page for that. We need a page for editing card information. So at the top, we'll have the title of the card, and we're going to just kind of move everything up. So for our custom cards, what we're going to do, Control D, and then we're going to call this Edit Cards. You're close. It's close to Blaze. It's close to Campfire. It's close to Blaze. We did talk about this during one of my streams, I'm pretty sure. But it's a really funny name. Alright, let's see. Edit cards. Because I feel like if we do edit cards, we actually will be able to do the edit groups eventually. Ember. You're getting close. You're warm, you know? Like you're in the warm, like out of closeness. You're not like on point, but you're definitely in the general area of the cat's name. I think he's asleep right now somewhere, probably. Sulfur. No, but you guys are still pretty close. You're not like super close where I'm like, oh, you almost got it, but you're in the general, like the general area of it. You're in the general area of it. I guess they're gonna be always called empty until you name them. I think I'm not gonna let people save the name of the card set. Ooh, we'll just have save button. That's what we should do. We'll call this label name. Wow. Sulfur. No. Alright, we don't need a line bar. I don't care about this. For the card sets, we don't need. We need a back button. We actually need a save button. We need a save, and then we need a reset. A reset button, maybe? I think it would be called reset. You guys are close. I don't think you'll get it though. This one's harder than S'mores. I think S'mores is still kind of like a cat's name, but this other one is pretty tough, guys. I don't know. It's pretty tough. Reset. Is reset gonna fit in there? Yeah, it can fit in there. Reset cards. Okay, reset back, reset. Okay. Bum bum. We need like a save. If we don't have a save button, we're kind of in trouble here. Save or set? Ooh. I think we can have save and... Did we say set for it? I don't know. Let's just try going back. We have a button. I think we did say set. Okay. Okay. This one is going to be the button set. Set. I bet Silent or Xavier would get the name. I think they actually know the name. I'm pretty sure they know the name. We want green, I think, for the base one. I think we used this one. Flat, yes. Perfect. And then I think we used white text for this. Make unique. Okay. Well, oh no, we're good with that. I think we have unset here. Unset. Okay. And we'll change the text. I still don't know if unset is spelled like this or is it dash. I don't know. I don't know if that's it. I thought it was the flat button type. There we go. Okay. So this one's going to be the one that's not always set. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this guy, and this guy. And we're going to move these guys up a little bit. And this guy. And we're going to go up. Eensy bit. So like there. Perfect. Okay. So there we go. And this one's going to usually be not selected. We're also going to go ahead and adjust what we have for this one, I'm pretty sure. Okay, so we have default page, scrolling stuff. This is where we're going to actually edit the cards themselves. Okay. I think we just move the whole thing up. Pretty sure we did something like that when we were doing it. I think that's okay. But what we will do, was it here? We're gonna extend this down. I really hope that if I do this, it's not gonna mess everything up. Can I make this unique? I can't, good, okay. We're gonna go to there. That doesn't matter. This is what we'll do here. Doesn't really matter either. We can do that. That's fine. Okay. What else do we need to do? All right. Let's see. So that looks good there. We need the actual cards now. So how could we... It's either we have one block with a divider and keep it as one image, or we have two and we go like a darker and a lighter one. Well, actually, we could still have it as its own image. I'm actually okay with that. But what we need to do is we need to enforce that it has to have something on it, because I don't want people to be able to cheat or like look like they're cheating with nothing on their cards to study. So you have to have at least some kind of content. And we'll get into like the actual game playing of it, because I think what we'll do is to like get it right, you're gonna have to like either type out the answer, or we'll even like set things for it too. We can set like what type of learning you want to do with the flashcards, because obviously you could just, you know, guess it in your head, but I feel like people aren't going to be very honest with themselves with that. So I think we're going to have like actual ways to test yourself, if that makes sense. So we can set like settings for that, if that makes sense. But yeah, we need something here. I think we need, no, default page, scrolling page. We need a new one of these, I think. Because again, we're going to be spawning in different card sets here. So we need to do this one. We're going to copy it. Go to 2D view. And let's see. We're going to take... Let's see. We could do... Is it edit cards? Yes. Okay. Did we make... No, we did that for custom cards. Okay, so we're going to get rid of that. We're going to add a new one for edit cards. And we're going to make sure this is in scripts for UI. Hit create. And paste all that in there. Perfect. Okay. And now we just need to make the new one for this. And again, I think 100 is fine. I think that's a lot for this, to be honest. I don't know, 100 card sets. I think it's fine, but it does seem like a lot. So for now, we'll keep it as is. That's okay. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna go back up here, and we're gonna go ahead and duplicate again one of our things here. This is gonna be an interesting one, because again, we're gonna wanna type in a lot of information into each one. So I guess we could do group entry. That's okay. Group entry. We could try that. All right, let's close the UI real quick. Let's go ahead to group entry, duplicate that one. Let's call this, like, I don't want to call it edit card, because that's what that is called. Editable. I don't think that's how you spell that. Card. No, whatever. Okay. Editable card. All right, so the editable card, we're going to make it a little thicker than this, I think. And we're also going to need to adjust it, because we don't want a button actually at all. We don't really need that technically. So we're going to get rid of that. We're also going to go ahead and we are going to get rid of that also. We don't need that. We do need the color of it though, so we might do that. Alien said, would you do a submission box for typed answers or do multiple choice cards and selected one answer? Could you also bake it into the creating cards section for people to create choices for cards? That's kind of what I want to do. I kind of want it to automatically do that, if that makes sense. I think for starting though, we're going to start with just you have your front and back card. And you can obviously put in like the question and then the definition. Now, my guess is though, I think when it comes to playing the game and the cards popping up, I think what we'll do is we're gonna have I guess we could have it to it where you type out the answer, like not the exact spelling. I think that's one thing I did like about other flashcard learning things is like there's a way you can do like if it's close, if that makes sense. Like if it's spelled very similar, because maybe you just spelled it wrong. But I think even if you spell it wrong, you should still get like credit for it. So I want to put a system in like that for it. As for if a B, C, D, that would be really cool. I'm not sure, like there's always a way we can figure it out. There's never not a way we can do it. But I think if we did that, that would be kind of cool. For auto creating multiple choice, could be just grabbing answers from other cards. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of doing. Because like I think that's literally less complicated, and we could set that as a setting, if that makes sense. My only worry is if they are like distinctly different. Like, you know what I mean? That would be kind of tough. But I think that would be doable. I think that would be doable. So we'll probably do that. But yeah, so we need to do this one here. Actually, you know what we need to do? We need to go back. We need this for something. We need to say whether or not this is front and back. But no, I agree with you, Aliens. I think that would be a cool idea. So I think the auto ability would be nice. And then, of course, typing out the answer would be nice as well. But I think typing out the answer, being close to the answer, is a good idea. It just all depends. I think what we'll do is have settings for them, because I think some cards will be just, it won't be applicable because the answer will be too big or something. So I think we could do it like that, which would be kind of cool. Could always have a smart choice selection that would take into account word count to have similar matching answers for multiple choice cards. Also for typing, there is a thing called fuzzy checking the words you type. Yeah, so we could do something like that. That's kind of what I think we'll go with. Something super simple, you know? Something simple. And then I want to make this be a little bit invisible. And this is just gonna be a nice, like, hey, this is the front of the card, by the way. Maybe less. And then higher up. Maybe a little smaller. That's way too small. This is just gonna tell them that, hey, this is the front of the card. Because I think some people will probably be like, hey, how do I know if I'm using the front of the card or the back? And I'm also going to make the other one different. So like, for instance, this one, I want enough for 3 lines of text, if that makes sense. And we can always adjust this down the road if we don't like it. But I think it's pretty good. We don't need the button though. What we do need is a line entry. I think is what it was called, right? Line edit, okay. And again, I don't want to fill out the whole thing. I'm going to go like this. And maybe a little higher. Nope. But yeah, I like all those ideas. That's good. Now, this is the hard part, is us making this not look dumb. So we need to figure a way how to make this look good. Without... We need it to align left. Center? I guess we could do center. Also, I don't like the style of this at all. Colors, okay. Font color, probably black. Unedited color. Well, hold on. Type. What are we gonna do? Placeholder. Type. Text. Here. We need that to be black. That's not a good color. Font color. Why is that not like that though? Font, oh, unedited color. I think that's the current one we're looking at. Unless there's a placeholder one. Is it this one or not? No. I don't know what that is. Okay, font selected color, font outline, place a placeholder color. Okay. We need it to be black but faded. We also need the outer box of this to be selection color. I don't like that. Is that what this is? I don't know what that is. What is this box? Font color. No. Font. What? Clear button color? Is that what this is? No. What is this thing? Maybe it's under styles. I think it's this thing. Yeah, it is this thing. Okay, I don't like that. We're gonna get rid of that. Okay, either we, and this is another thing. Do we want to do we want to add our text from the middle? Well, one, that's clearly too small too. I want at least 4 lines of text you can add. I think that would be kind of cool. Font, theme, layout. I did this last time. I don't remember how I did it, but we definitely had the ability to increase the font size. There we go. 24 maybe? Again, we can always adjust this. If people don't like the sizing of it, we can always change it, so it's kind of like whatever, you know? All right, so also I think it's a little too bright still. So here we go. Placeholder text. Well, we could go dark like that. I want it to be gray. What if we just go gray? That's okay. Okay, so do we want to type it out in the middle? I feel like that's going to get very annoying. If we do it in the middle, it's okay like that. Like, it's not that annoying. It's a little weird. I think we could keep it like this for now. We can always change this later. My only worry is that it's going to be too, like, not enough space. And I don't like how it's not, like, what if we do 26? Because my biggest worry is it's not big enough to see. And honestly, I don't like the placeholder text. Let's do that. And we're just gonna gray it out a little bit. Okay, whatever. This is good for now. I'm okay with this. Okay, and we're gonna call this front text. Okay, front text. Then what we need to do is we actually need to group all this, because this is going to get hard to duplicate. Front card. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take everything and put it into front card. Okay? And then we're going to do this. Call this back card. And what we're going to do is do that. And I think we'll change this to back. And then what we actually could do, that I think would be a really smart idea, would be to change, like, because this is going to get confusing. If people are editing this stuff, I think they're going to get confused. So what I think I'm going to do is we're going to change this slightly, the color. We're going to use that gray one we were planning on using before, I think. I think that would be the smartest thing to do. So if we go back to our default and we go to the flat rectangle, I think, which was one of these. If we go back to rectangle depth, nope. Border, one of them had it, I thought, unless we got rid of it. Weird. I think it was this one. No, that one's missing it too. Was it this one? No. It's one of these. That's okay. Just so we know which one's the front and back. I think that looks kind of cool. Cool. Only thing extra, we could highlight the actual titles a little bit more. I think they're a little bit too invisible. Let's do that much. My one worry was if like the text is covering it, but it doesn't seem to be an issue with that. Also, I think this is gonna change the same one, so it doesn't matter. People will know that's the back, I think, because it's also tinted color. Okay, sweet. So we have the back card and we have the front card, okay? Then we're gonna need its own script eventually. So we have custom page. Now we don't care about that, technically. We're gonna need a new name for this. Editable cards. Okay, editable cards. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna do that there. Select this here. All right. All right, let's go ahead. Close these guys up. Okay, editable cards. Now, the editable cards will be the ones we actually, the only thing we do is we need to extend this. Because again, if we don't do that, we're not gonna have good separation. All right. And I really think 100 is gonna be a lot, but I guess for most flashcard sets, there is kind of a lot, so that's okay. We're just gonna extend this as far as we can. This will be the in-between area for these. I think that's okay. Because what we could do instead is we could just add a new card and get rid of them. But, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. I kind of am okay like this. My only worry is that people want to get rid of a bunch of them, but they're going to have to, like, delete them individually. Or we could have a button. That's what I wanted to do. I want to do a reset button on them. So in like the top right corner, we could do a little reset. You know, I feel like if we don't do that, it's gonna kind of not like that. Because my one worry is that if we save these, we're gonna have a rule where basically if you don't have something in both of them, it's not gonna actually save it, if that makes sense. I think that's kind of how we'll do this. So if it doesn't have either one with something in it, then it won't be put into the actual game you play. And I kind of want to have a warning for that. Like, I want to, every time you save, if it registers any of that, when it saves it, it will tell you it before you save. I think that would be kind of cool. But to quickly remove things, it's like, I don't know. We could have a reset button here. I don't know. It kind of depends. Do we want to have a reset button? Because these can be pretty big, and it is kind of annoying to do that. I think we're gonna have to. I think if we don't do that, that's kind of lazy. So what we'll do is we'll take front card, Control D. We'll just call this reset datas. I'm gonna put that in the front. Oop. Okay. And then we don't need this. We do need this guy to be. And honestly, if we can reset this, I'm just gonna have it on 1. And then we'll do reset card. We're just gonna say that, because I don't like having a million buttons. I like having a small amount of buttons that we can mess with easily. Okay. We're gonna make it go real tight. My one worry again is I don't want to cover it, so we're gonna make this a small button, I think. Very tiny button. And then, yep, we'll put that on there. And I'm just gonna say reset. That's fine. Reset. And we're gonna make it go up a little bit higher. I think that's as close as we're gonna get it. I still think that button's enormous though. What could we do? Make unique. We're gonna make that go all the way blue. A little bit smaller. I just don't want to block the card input, which I think that's going to do that. We need it to go higher. I don't want to do that, but if we don't do that, it's not going to be good. That's okay. Also, I think it's too big. It's also a phone game, so this is not, I don't know. That's okay. We're going to keep that. I like that. We'll keep that. But we also need a button node. Perfect. Okay, flat button type. There we go. Perfect. Okay. And that's okay. I think that'll be okay. We can always adjust it down the road if we need to. But I just want to do that, just so we have a quick button to reset the actual card itself. I think that'll look okay. Alright. Oof. How we doing? All right. So what do we got here? Good there, good there. Front, back. Reset. So that'll just reset both of them. Yeah, I think we're okay with that. I think we're okay overall, actually. Did we change the tame of that one? Front text, no, back text. And we're gonna need a script for this. I don't really know what we're gonna put in there yet. I just wanna kind of get a layout of this, because we're gonna have to start messing with data types eventually for this, which will be a little tough, but that's okay. I'm not gonna put anything in there yet, but we need to adjust some things. Okay, so far we have our app menu. This is the editable cards, so we need to set this set to the cards we need set. Default page. Okay. Editable cards. Yep. It always adds the tail, which is not good. Okay. Perfect. Let's see how this looks on start. Just wish it wasn't huge. Okay, good there. That's okay. Well, the text is way too small. Yeah, I'm okay with that small, well, I don't know. I just think the text is too small. because it doesn't match any of this. So we need to increase the text size a little bit, because at least I just want 3 lines of information. I think if we can have at least 3 lines, we'll be okay. Because if I start typing, also I don't like the border, that's weird. That's gonna be hard. It's also kind of small. So we need to make that at least like 0.5 bigger. But let's say, what if we like just add a bunch? So the problem is too, it should be line spacing automatically. It's not, as you can see, it's going there. So we are gonna have to adjust that. Let's go back to editable cards. First thing we'll do is increase the size. So that's gonna be here. Also, what did we do? We made all this stuff different. Read only. No. What did we do? Layout. No. What did we do here? Where is the font size? Okay, 32. Perfect. Okay, then we'll keep that for now. This is, I think, the style box focus. Okay, there we go. See, that's that line. I don't want that line. That's silly. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna get rid of it. I think this also, is this also, that there needs to do that. Font color, font uneditable, placeholder. I don't know. Let's try it again. Yeah, it's okay. Okay. We are gonna change this font down the road. But I think for now, we could go a little bit. I just really want to make sure it fits. Honestly, I'm gonna put that in the corner. This is bothering me, because I think that's gonna cause issues. I think we need to make it a little bit bigger. Let's do 34. And then the actual reset button, I think we need to put in the top right corner. We're just gonna stack it. I think that's the best option for now. Eventually we can adjust it, but I think for now that's okay. I think I perfectly stacked it too, actually. Nice. Okay. Good there. Nice. Also, we need to fix the line spacing. So, how do we do that? Is there not a way? Placeholder text. Center, fine, max length. Editable, keep editing. Expand text length. I think we do want that. Where is the enter buttons? I don't want it to go beyond though. So keep editing, text submit. There's definitely a way we can max length. That's just characters in general. So let me try this again. Still can't enter it. Okay, weird. So how many spaces is this? Also, we need the line to be black flickering also, or it's gonna look silly. Okay, font. I think it's, no, not carrot. Selector color? I don't know what the little flickering button is called. All right. We need it to be, I want it to be able to add enters. That's really what I want. So center, fine. Length, fine. Keep editing on text submit. That's okay. There's got to be a way. There's got to be a way we can do this. I think carrot is the color. Or we could do blue. I say we do blue. Okay, but we need it to add enters. Why can't I add an enter in here? Editable, max length. Is this for the actual characters? Yeah, characters, numbers, okay. I want it to be able to have spaces though. Because we should do up to 3 lines, I think. That's wrong, that's not what we want. Okay, let's try that. Okay. Blue's okay, it needs to be thicker though. Still does that. I want to add enter. I can't add enter. Why? Okay. This needs to flicker more. Yes, blink. It's really weird when it doesn't blink. It's also not thick enough too. Like, it doesn't really matter, to be honest. I don't care about that. That's okay. Okay. What is that? Nah, who cares? I don't know. Okay, virtual keyboard on. Interesting. We need it to... Doesn't display what? Decoration, I don't care. Drag and drop. Deselect, selecting editable. Clear button, I don't care about clear button. Backspace doesn't matter. Expand to text. I think this is what I'm talking about for adding new lines, I think. Now, expand to text length. If true, the line edit with width will increase to stay longer than the text. It will not compress. Didn't I just unselect that? I don't know. If true, the line edit width will increase to stay longer than the text. It will compress if the text is shortened. I thought I just edited this. Weird. There definitely was a way I did this before. Why can't I add enters in there? Enter is submit. See? Now I'm not. That's weird. I don't like that. I think what's... Yeah. Okay. Yeah, keep editing text on submit. Maybe that will actually initiate it. No, it doesn't do that. Okay, but at least I can hit enter now. Interesting. Ugh. I wonder if I have to actually use a different type for this. Because it's a line edit. Why can't we add new lines? I need to add new lines. There's got to be a way. Oh, that's why. Because I'm using a line edit. It's actually a text edit. Oh, no. I knew I wasn't... that's not good. That's okay for the search bar, but... not good for this one. I didn't know there was a text edit. Oh, lordy. That sucks. I hope it keeps the look. Oh, it does. Okay, good. Okay. Yeah, I figured that was what it was going to be. But what we need to do... Okay, but what we need to do... I want to center it. It's not centered. Just looks silly. Yeah, quick fix. Yeah. So it wasn't too hard to fix. But how do I center it? Can I center it? Wrap. New. Mini map. That's okay. That's okay. Wow, is there not a way I can center this? Oh, come on. What? There's got to be a way I can center it. Can I not center this? Oh, beam overrides. Huh? What? What? There's no alignment. Unless my eyes are going crazy. Nope. Styles? I have to do it with text. Oh my goodness. Well, to be fair, we could keep it like this. I'm okay with it like this, like whatever. It's just silly. Because when we're reading it, it's gonna look like, typing it out is okay, like this I think, but when we're reading it though, I wish it would just do it automatically. That's dumb. That's really dumb. Hey, Charlie Goes Max, how you doing? Not this game yet. We got a little bit of ways to go. We gotta finish the flashcard part, and then we also gotta make the games. But we're getting there. We are getting there. But this is okay. Alright. But the thing is, though, we need to change this a little bit. UI stuff is crazy because it's like there's so many different node types that I have no idea. I didn't even know this existed. This is completely new. Is that the same there? I think it needs to go up a little bit. That's about the same. That looks pretty good to me though. I think it looks good. Okay, let's go here now. Yeah, that's okay. Blah, 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 blah. How many lines can I do? It shouldn't go past. Like, we could do that. I don't like that, though. I'll be honest. I don't like being able to add, like, infinite lines. So I want to prevent it to... I think it's 3. 3 enters. If we prevent it to 3, we'll be looking okay. Okay. We need to limit. Limit. Is there no limit? Is it really not going to let me do that again? Overflow. No, this is for text edit. I think there's a way we could do this. Is it gonna really not let me do that again? This is the weirdest thing. Vertical scroll. If I have to build a script to limit the amount of text I have in this box, that's insane. That's so weird. Ugh. Okay. We need to disable the scroll ability, I guess. Text edit. Scroll. Scroll horizontal. Didn't we set it to 0? Ugh. So silly. Silly. How do you get it to let you enter? Well, I'm using a different node now. I was using a line node. This is called a... That was called a line input. This is called a text edit. So this one's built specifically for like typing in bigger paragraphs and stuff. But I needed to limit it. So, yeah. I think what we need to do actually is just this. So if I go back here, can't you just have a dynamic size text with a max size and min size? You're going to have cards that are one-word answers, so might as well, right? That's what I'm thinking, but for some weird reason, these nodes, they don't want me to do that. I think that's kind of silly. Also, wow, I can't hold anything down. No, that's not what I wanted. So now I prevented it from scrolling, but it like just infinitely goes. That's great. So, okay, the scrolling's gone, but now it's still not like, we need line limit spacing, if that makes sense. But I think it's not gonna let me do it unless it's in a script, which is very silly. Why is it doing that? This is what's preventing the scrolling, okay, but now we need the input. Highlighting. That's so strange. Word smart, auto wrap, wrap mode none. Maybe that's what it is. I'm just experimenting now because I have no idea what all these settings are going to be like. There we go. Look at that. Now my one worry is it's not going to let me limit. So what we could do is just limit the... Well, wait, did it limit? Did it finally limit me? It's kind of cool, I guess. Okay. Hold on, what if I just get rid of all of that? So wait, is it actually limiting me or not? No, oh, it's just underneath it. I just can't see it. But at least we got that's good there. So now we just need a way to prevent it. I think we can do it by character, actually. Can we do it by character? Okay, that's so strange. They don't have a character limit for this. Really weird. Okay. That's so annoying. Well, I guess we're gonna... Do we have to do a script for this? That is actually whack. To actually stop the user from typing past your limit. Connect your text edits to a signal or use undo. Ugh. That's so annoying. So we're gonna have to... Text changed is what it's called. That's really annoying. Do we have one here for this? Editable card. Okay, we do. This is quite silly. Text changed. So we need to basically set it to a max. That's annoying. So I'm just gonna add a code snippet to basically just say, hey, don't go past. It's silly. And a better way to do this. I apologize, you guys can't see because I'm doing it behind my face. There we go. So we have to have a manual like code way in it, which I think is very strange, to be honest. I don't know why they wouldn't have a pre-built-in function to limit my text amounts in something where you can put text in. It's like a super simple feature. I don't know why they wouldn't add that in there. They have it in the other one. They just don't have it in this one. Front text. What is this? I think it's a text edit. Text edit. So we have to force it with a pre-built code. Super strange. They have a signal for it, which I guess is okay, but it's kind of strange they don't have this for that. Also, we got to set the same settings to the other guy. I think what we had to do was we need to say boundary scroll. We got to turn off those ones. I think that's all we did. But then same thing, we got to go to text changed and connect it to the same script. Oh, it's like the same. No, it's not. Well, I guess it's the same. That's not gonna work. Back text. Okay. Connect it. Perfect. Okay. Back text. Okay. Okay. Nice. And then this guy. I think we need to allow more than 100 though. Back text. Back text. So not looking at the chat. Okay, that's good now. I think we'll be okay. It's not gonna, it might need, I think 100's a lot. Let's do 50. Again, we might need to adjust this, but we'll see. Okay, let's see. We type it out. That's weird. Oh, we're already going past 50. I was like, why? Also, that's so annoying. If it's gonna... Oh, that's gonna be so annoying. Like, I don't want to undo it. Can we just stop it? That's whack. I just want to stop it when it hits that, because that's so annoying. If I like write out something and I put one letter too much into it, that's gonna suck. Why is this? That is such a weird feature they don't have in here. Also, that button's way too small. We're gonna increase that. At least increase the text, because the button looks wacky. Okay, that is super annoying. Why is that there? Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da-bum. We're gonna need to mess around with that more. I don't like how that looks. All right. Yeah, that's what I mean. It would be so annoying if it did that. I need my code. Can't see it over here. Okay. This is silly. I don't like how... Why did they not add that in there? Who just wants to type infinite characters into something? Like, that's like not that smart they did that. I don't know why they did that. That's whack. So let's go ahead. There we go. Can I go backspace? Yes, I can. Okay, sweet. So that's what I wanted, because that's really annoying. Also, this needs to blank way faster. And be thicker. I don't know why it's so thin. We also need way more ability to do this. So 300, I think. It's a pretty good amount. Also, where is that thing that flickers? I think it's called the carrot or something. Here we go. That's way too slow. Let's do let's double it. Let's do 3. Why do we have a button there? Oh, that's wrong. Wait a minute. What's the other one? Wait, there's line and another one? Why would I want to use block? Is block like cooler looking? Oh, that's ugly. At least it's blinking better. That's why would I even want block? That's silly. I wish I could make it bigger though. It's tiny. Okay. Let's see how we're looking here. Yeah, we got a better way to do it with the script. But that's what I mean though. It's weird that it doesn't have an auto ability in there. That's very odd, because like, why would you ever want that? Maybe they just wanted to give you like coding ability to do it. You know what I mean? So I don't know. That's gonna take forever. All right. Okay, so we need. So we're at 300. I can't even see. 50 was like half of that, so maybe it is 100 actually. So I think it's 100. Yeah, I think it's 100 characters. And I think the biggest letter is like capital W, right? No. Okay. Well, that's actually perfect. But we need that many letters less. Because again, 3 lines I think is pretty good. We could go smaller. Like, I don't know. We could make the card bigger and fit that in there. Honestly, we probably should do that. I think 4 lines is a safe bet, to be honest. So we should just make the whole thing a little bit bigger to fit all that in there. I think 4 lines is a safe bet. Now, my one worry is W the biggest letter? What's the biggest letter in the alphabet? Capital W. I just need to make sure I can't go farther than... I think that's it. Because what if I do like the smallest, which I think is this one, right? Or is it always going to separate the same? Okay. So it's going to be this many characters, but we need it to go down a little bit. We need to extend this a tiny bit more. So what we're going to do is take this guy. Do we have a way? I don't want to mess that up. It's either we take the same one and switch it real quick. I feel like I'm gonna have a harder time doing that. So what we're gonna do? No, we can't do that because that's gonna mess it up. How can I save this? I think it would be this, right? Did I? Size 180. Yes, okay. And then we're gonna take the line patch. That's fine. I think it's already gonna automatically do it. Let's test that out. All right, so, all right, let's do capital W. It's pretty good. We can move it down a tiny bit, I think. And space out the other ones. But I like that. That's pretty good. Okay. We'll move it down a tiny bit and space out the other ones. So. Just a tiny bit. And then this guy. Just enough to say, hey, keep it away. Nice, okay. Good there. Perfect. Okay, now what are we doing? We are gonna go back to the app. Test it out. Yeah, that's okay. We could go down more, but I think for now this is all right. I don't like how close it is to that, but I don't think it's a huge deal. I wish it was centered though. Again, I don't get why it can't be centered. It's very odd. Alright, we gotta center it. This is silly why it's not centered. Like, we could keep it like this. I just don't like how... I just don't get why it's not centered. It's so weird. I think it looks strange when it's not centered. Well, the only other thing that would look silly if it's not centered is if we do cards that are A, B, C, and D. You know what I mean? That's my one thing with that. So maybe we don't keep it centered. I don't know. We could make them bigger and have a 5th line. We could do a 5th line, technically. If we do a 5th line, I don't know. Do we need a 5th line? That's kind of the question. Do we want to give them a 5th line? I don't know. I think we need to make that a little more faded though. This also looks like brown to me. It doesn't look like, I don't know, it doesn't really look. Font placeholder text. Is that really the one we used? There's no way. Font selected, selection color. I thought the placeholder text was what we had before. But there's no way that's what it is. Maybe it is that. Oh, it is. I guess that's okay. Okay. Where's the... There it is. Placeholder color. Cool. Okay, but again, is it too small still? Because again, I don't know how we feel about that. Because if we want to make it... I don't know. I feel like I don't want to be too limiting to these things, if that makes sense. I don't know. It's a tough question. Do we want 5 lines or 4? That's the big question. Because 4 still seems kind of limited to me. Like, I don't know. It seems a little limited. I feel like we're going to need 5. Because like what we could do is extend it, but I think that's going to make things look really sloppy. I almost wish that we could have like a bar on top of them, but I do like how this looks. I think we are going to have 5. And it to be centered. It's very strange it's not centered in here. Maybe we can alignment center it and it'll look better for me. Just don't like how it looks like that. I think if we align it centered. Because if we have it aligned, maybe it'll look a little bit better. I don't know. If we just align it, then I think it'll be okay. But I don't know. Also, is it doing 100 words again? I thought we set it to like something way higher. Yeah. I think what we're gonna have to do. I just wish there was an alignment button. I don't know why there's no alignment button. Super strange. Super strange there's no alignment button anymore. I feel like that is such a normal thing to have. It's kind of crazy. What? That's crazy. Are we even in the right script? Yeah, we're in the right script. We're in edible. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I'm not doing that. No, I guess we're just gonna keep it like that. That's silly. Because we can portray it as centered when we actually use it. So I'm okay with that, technically. Like, that'll be okay. But I don't know. Because then if we don't do that, it's going to look like this sometimes, which I think is ridiculous. I don't get why it can't just assume. That is so strange. Like, that is so strange. It can't just, like, assume that it's going to not fit. Like, what? You know, like, it should be able to tell if it gets it all the way to there. Because, like I said, if we just use, like, one of the smallest things, it's going to barely get more than half. Yeah, the same number of characters. It's silly. It's like thundering, but it's like daytime outside. Okay. Because the problem is sometimes it just doesn't get all the way to the end. And I just don't like that. I think that's really weird. I don't know. Like, we could make it like a lot bigger, technically. Yeah, but I don't want to do that. Like, the way it's going to do is going to be crazy now. It's annoying. Like, we could do it one way where we force it to have the same letter length for each thing, but I think that's going to mess up my fonts then. That's silly. Okay. I'm trying to think. This is just, it's just very strange why it won't let me go farther than it. Do you have a character that tracks each character? Car that tracks each character? I guess I could do that, but that sounds excessive. You know? That just sounds like super excessive to do that. It's just weird. Like, it should just say, hey, if the letters get to here, don't put any more. Like, why? That is the weirdest thing for this thing. Like, why is there not a limit? That's just so weird. Why does text edit have infinite? Weird. Super weird. I don't know. That's just strange. Let's see, what if I do that? I think we just did the same thing, did we? Hold on. Let's keep what we had here for a second. Like, this is okay, but I don't know. I don't like it. Like, that just looks weird. What if we go beyond it? Like, okay, I know we can go W's all the way, right? Okay, but what if I do 110? I don't know if we tested that yet. 120. Yeah, that's silly. There should be a setting. This is the weirdest thing, why they don't have a pre-built-in setting to do this. That's like so useless. That's so strange. Okay. There's an overflow clip, apparently. So, if I go here... Didn't I already do that, though? I think we already did that. Word smart. What? Oh, it was the scroll thing. Past end of file. Allow scrolling past the last line. What? No. Word separator, visual workspace. No. Past end of file. What? I need clip contents on. Control, layout. Control layout. Am I in there? Oh no, here we go. Layout. Clip contents. Well, that would make a lot more sense. Problem is, it's still not going to solve my issue though. Realistically. Like, I don't know. I still want to limit it, because I think if I don't limit it, it's going to look ridiculous. Because look at this. If I keep going here, it does not clip the contents. That thing's a liar. You know why? Wait a minute. No, that still doesn't make sense. Why does that not change it? Also, I was editing the wrong one. Why does clip contents not work? What? Enable whether rendering canvas items based children should clipped. Didn't I just do that? What? Okay, hold on. We need to do clipped contents. think it's for the parent node. So like, yeah, if I had this inside of a control, like this whole thing, I guess would work, but that's not gonna work like that. Man, that's so weird. Okay. This is such a silly issue. Like, it should be an auto issue where you can, like, do it, you know? But why does it do that? Lock minimum and custom sizes. Is depending dynamically fit text. Yeah, we could do VBox containers, margin containers. That just seems so unnecessary for this. So we either give it a character limit, but if we do that, it's going to be really annoying for people writing their cards, because they should be able to fit whatever they want in the card. That's super strange to me. Why that's like such an enforcement. So the character limit works, but it doesn't work if we use, like, it just looks bad. It just looks bad. How do we do that? Okay. So maybe we can do it based on the line we're in. Yeah, that might work. Because if we do it based on the line, then that might work. Again, super weird we got to do it like this. So now we're going to trim it based on the line, which is fair, because technically we can set the lines based on the height of the cards. So now if we go ahead, still going past. Maybe it's because I'm doing it like this. Okay, but now, so wait. Now it's just going on forever. Okay, no. Okay, no, we want like the auto line ability. No, undo the fourth line, not the fifth line. I don't think this is going to work. Okay, well now that, I don't know if that worked. Shouldn't be giving me max characters again, that's silly. Okay, well, we can't even test that because we don't care about the max character thing, we care about the line spacing because it doesn't matter about the characters in some characters are gonna be longer than others. Oh, I think it worked. Okay. Let's try W's now. Good, look at that. So we did it based on the line spacing instead of the actual one. So if I do this, nope, that's not good. What? Is it doing that? I don't even know how it did that. Is it still there? Oh, I guess it's getting rid of it. So it's backspacing. That's kind of annoying. I think it's not that bad. It could be worse. I don't know if I like that. This is so weird now, because now it's like, what is going on? Wow. We need to add an undo for the errors. Okay. So why does it keep doing that? What? So again, it's gonna do the thing that's really dumb where it gets rid of everything. What? It should just prevent it. I'd rather it just backspace. Undo is when it's like, imagine typing something entirely out that takes you forever and then you forget what it is. That's why I don't like undo, because that sounds scary. I just want it to not do it. Okay. I hope that didn't mess it up. Did I skip one? I don't know what that's about. Again, it's doing the same thing. Like, why would it do this? Maybe we should just say no enters. You know what I mean? Maybe we should just say no enters, because enter is the only thing that's causing me a problem. Let's just do no enters. I like the lines, that's fine. But this is getting really overly complicated for no reason. Yeah, I don't know what is happening. It's silly. Because enter is like, whatever, we can use tabs. We don't need enters. I don't even know how that's happening. How does that happen? To be fair, this doesn't really matter. Like, whatever. is 1 plus 2 question mark. I just wish we'd center it. Why does it not center it? That's silly. Boop -a boop. Okay, and then if I hit enter a bunch, it does nothing. It just sets me back to the beginning. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with no enters. That's okay. So enter will just put me back at the beginning. I guess that's okay. It's just weird. But I think we will have 5 lines though. 4 lines is not enough. Cool. It is what it is. Do 5 lines. And then we're going to do the same thing. How did I do this layout, I think? You know what? I think we're gonna need to go a little bit more. Cool. Okay. It actually doesn't matter because it'll auto do it actually. Okay. This might work and we might be all set now. Perfect. Is Y touching it? We could go a tiny bit more. Okay. And then we need the extension. It's the distance between cards. Perfect. Okay. I love it. All right, looks good there. Okay, I think that's okay. What time is it? I probably gotta go running soon. Yep. All right, though, we got a lot done. This is a pretty tough part. Anytime we mess with a new type of UI object, it's always a pain, but that's okay. Once we do it once, we don't need to do it again. So nice, looks good there. All right, so we're getting somewhere. We got 2 more pages on. I might work on this later tonight too. I really do want to get this card stuff done so we can start working on the actual gaming mechanics. This is just kind of a big part of it because we want to have the player be able to edit the cards, edit groups, select existing cards, but luckily we're kind of almost there. The actual UI part is going to be the hardest because everything else is just saving the data, editing it, titling it, giving a couple warnings, but we're pretty much almost there though. But I think we're going to wrap it up for today though. The session's about done. So yeah, we're looking good though overall. Please like the video, subscribe, and get ready to check out the Steam wishlist page. I think I'm going to have that up probably sometime around next week. I'm still kind of wrapping up publishing Ablation. I'm submitting it and waiting for all the reviews to be done. I'm going to come out with a trailer pretty soon. But I will catch you guys later. Thanks for joining. I will see you later.